Greg Schmidt, and I'm the Deputy Director of the NASA Lunar Science Institute. We have a science directorate that does everything from study origin and evolution of galaxies. And then from that, we do a lot of aeronautics, which of course is why we're here in the first place. I think exploration is part of the human spirit. You know, I think that perhaps is the most fundamental reason that drives us.
I'm David Morrison. I'm a NASA space scientist, and I also work at the Study Institute. I think astrobiology is one of our primary motivations because we see that there are three things happening now that could lead us to answer the age-old question about life in the universe. The tremendous discoveries by the Kepler spacecraft of more than 3,000 other planets and estimates that there are billions of Earth-like planets in our galaxies. Mars, as we study it, seems more and more like a planet that if it doesn't have life now, it certainly did in the past. And then you never know when a radio signal might be picked up. So I figure within the next 25 years, say, at least one of those three approaches is likely to succeed, and we will, for the first time, find evidence of other life in the universe. For a long time, I was called Dr. Doom because I was concerned about asteroid impacts. The main problem with an impact is really the indirect side effects. Sure, if you lived anywhere near where it hit, you'd be in really bad trouble. But how do you get a global problem? You do by excavating huge amounts of dust from the impact crater. It goes into the stratosphere, spreads around the world, blocks out sunlight, temperatures drop, photosynthesis stops, and most life dies. But fortunately, we know there's no object out there that could hit the Earth that's as big as the one that killed the dinosaurs. The beauty of a survey is it allows you, once you've discovered asteroids, to project their orbits forward for decades or even centuries. And that is the key to any planetary defense. We're not going to mount some sort of last-minute defense. If we're going to do something, we have to have decades of warning. And then there are several things that could be done. The most obvious is to send a spacecraft out and simply impact the object and slightly change its orbit. And so far, we've found almost 10,000 of these near-Earth asteroids whose orbits could bring them close to the Earth. And fortunately, when we project those orbits forward in time and calculate where it will be, not one of them will hit our planet, at least not in the next couple of hundred years. So we're a lot safer than we thought we were before we started this survey.
The fundamental thing is we at NASA pushed barriers because space, it's just incredibly inhospitable up there. And in order to have people live there, even sending robots there, we have to do a lot of thinking and figure out some pretty innovative solutions that for problems that just don't exist on the Earth. And because of that, I think that it's pretty natural that those solutions are going to have applications elsewhere. A dear friend of mine, her father was diagnosed with brain cancer. She said that she was in his hospital room one time and she looked around at all the technology that was surrounding her, and she said, my God, this is all from NASA. From the computers to the sensors that were being used to, you know, any number of different technologies.
We see so many opportunities, so many possibilities, but it's not in the NASA budget. Probably the most important place to invest is in areas related to education. I don't mean just going out and teaching classes, but providing opportunities for young people in science and engineering. That's where NASA has its greatest impact in improving our capability as a country or as a whole world to do high-tech things and live successfully in the high-tech world.